Hello, I'm Asla Turbo, and I'll be doing my a review of my battles from a different league this time. This is a Hackmon Draft Association. It's another other meta. Basically, the gimmick in this league is you can take low tier mons, like tier 4, tier 5 mons, and give them a new ability and 4 new moves to add to their move pool. In addition, you can draft some of the past Hackmons, also known as All-Stars. Um, yeah. So this is my team right here. I have a Tapu Koko, Latios, Ferrothorn, Vaporeon, Porygon Z, Mekalola, Aerodactyl Mega, Claydol, Vanillux. Um, my sock has the ability Technician. It has Storm Throw, Accelerock, Mach Punch, and Flip Turn. So those are the new moves it gets. Rapidash is Magic Guard. It gets Fusion Bolt, U-turn. Let me see. I don't even remember anymore. Fusion Bolt, close combat, rapid spin, U-turn. Um, so for my week 1 matchup, I fought Dashing Sceptile. That was a Darkrai team with a Protean. So it had Mars, the All-Star. So Mars has Protean, Mach Punch, Pyro Ball, Plasma Fist, and Triple Axle. There is a Hack Tauros with Ice Scales, Bulk Up, Slack Off. There's some other relevant stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head. I will check. Bulk Up, Slack Off, Shadow Bone, and Taunt. There is a Hack Mesprit with Rattled Spikes, Recover, Aurasphere, and Heal Bell. There is a Beast Boost Haunter with Astral Barrage. Astral Barrage, Secret Sword, Meteor Beam, and Nasty Plot. So those are all the kind of new mons. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make this simpler and just not go through these in detail, and just kind of keep this one more casual because, for the most part, things mostly stay the same. I'll explain stuff as I go through the battles. So starting off with week 1 versus Dashing Sceptile. Lead Tapu Koko because nothing in his team takes Tapu Koko on all that well except for Donphin. So I lead Dazzling Gleam into the Zapdos Galar because I want to judge the damage on. I don't want to. I'm playing it safe because either it stays in and it's like high horsepower or Stomping Tantrum, or it's like goes to Donphin, which is either like AV or some sort. I want to know how much investment it has basically, so I just go for the safest play instead of going for Grass Knot, which I do have on the set. And I see Donphin come in. I think it's going for an Earthquake. I'm not sure why I went Latios here, but it knocks. Latios is dead to knock Ice Shard. If I go on Arrow there, that was the better play. Ferrothorn comes in. Zapdos comes out. I Stealth Rock. It U-turns, and I stay in because I think it's not going to close combat. And I Gyroballed. This Tauros is bulk up, and I completely forgot that in game, so I just knock it and start, and I go Seeds, Leech Seeds, and knock Gyro Ball to just kind of stall it out. Honestly, I kind of forgot what this did. So I go Coco, thing slacks off, thankfully. Seed keeps this thing kind of in check. I forgot how bulky this thing is. This thing is massively bulky. Especially with like ice scales. But yeah, I'm just basically pivoting around to try to get it to hit Ferrothorn. And I got Toxic off while it slacks off with my Rapidash, which is really good. A little bit chip with U-turn, back to Ferrothorn, predicting another Facade. Bulks up again. Honestly, at this point, I don't care if Ferrothorn dies, and it does. But if Ferrothorn dies, that means it's not going to live toxic seeds. And I can also just fire off Specs Cocoa into it. Or it's not Specs. I think that's... Okay, it was Heavy Duty Boots. Donphin crits. Yeah, the Grass Knot crit did not matter. And it is a Scarf Gyapdos. So I go Aerodactyl here. This is a Dragon Dance Aerodactyl. I figure I can set up one and win. And that's precisely what happens. Yeah, Sakwas would have been really good considering the matchup, actually. Because it gets to Accelerock or Mach Punch into basically everything on the team. Yeah, that's game. Yeah, one thing that happened here was Darkrai was a bulky Darkrai and had like a very, very slight chance to live, assuming well, it had like a 6% chance to live, but then slightly more if you consider Dual Wing Beat's missed chance. So that was the thing that happened, and my opponent thought that that was considered a roll, like that was a significant roll, but it really wasn't. It's like a 9% roll. Or 12%, sorry. So week 2, I fight Mighty Barb. Gonna bring up the matchup. So this was a team. Not sure how else to put it. This is the team with the second most Hackmon, or second most All-Stars. So I'll be explaining the All-Stars a bit. I'm not going to go over the moves unless they're super relevant. But basically, Teryx gets, or starting from the top, we have a Sparky. It's a Sheer Force Boltund with, it gets Steam Eruption, it gets Searing Shot, it gets Sludge Wave, Moon Blast. Those are the moves it gets. So that thing is a beast. Teryx is Grim Neigh. Archeops, it gets Oblivion Wing, it gets Paleo Wave, it's an 85 BP rock special move with a 10% chance to drop Spadef. What else does it get? Draco Meteor and Thunderbolt are the other moves it gets. There is a Fauna, it's a Desolate Land. Leafeon with V-Create, Pyro Ball. I believe it gets U-Turn. Or no, it does not get U-Turn. It gets Nuzzle and Encore. That's gives it a little bit of utility. There's a Snow Warning Regice called Crystal with Recover. Let me find it. Recover, Volt Switch, Calm Mind, and Heal Bell. So those are like the new mons added. The Hypno and Glalie question one is a Slush Rush set. I believe it's a physically oriented set. So Mighty Bar, no, it's specially oriented. So there's a Slush Rush set with Searing Shot, Apple Acid, Sparkling Aria, and Discharge on Glalie. So this thing's not too much of a threat in my opinion because it's kind of just honestly pretty weak. Even if you run an attack boosting nature, it's going to be weak because it's coming off a base 80 special attack. Hypno is Libero, Flamethrower, Scald, Ice Beam, Hurricane. So yeah, it gets good coverage, but it's going to have a really hard time using it because it's slow and frail. And it doesn't help with the power issues that much. So the main threats on this team are like the Mega Aggron, Araquanid stuff with the 4 All-Stars, and then Blacephalon. I'll go through the replay. So this is a slower Tapu Koko. It's crept to outspeed a Boltund that is crept to Latios because I didn't want to give Tapu Koko timid. I wanted it to be modest. So I just found the most reasonable thing to creep it to. um, this game, Mighty Barb actually lost his team and had to use the team from the previous week. So, Boltund gets an immediate Searing Shot off. I Dazzling Gleam. Thing about that is it's like not. It would have killed if it had been a max speed one, and if it had been slower, I probably would have gotten 2 hits off. Though Sludge Wave would have killed if it had been a Sludge Wave set. Latios is Scarf Latios here, so that can come in and safely revenge. And I don't think that Mighty Barb figured it was a Scarf Latios at this point. But yeah, Scarf Latios takes the first kill, and Archeops comes in. It's a Scarf Archeops. There's no way it's anything else. But I can't afford for Latios to lose speed tie and basically just get chipped a ton for no real reason, because I might need it later, especially since there's a whole Leafeon and all that. So I go Pain Bow, Assault Vest, Muck, Ice Punch, hits Aggron. Yeah, that did not go well. This was a physically defensive Akka Ferrothorn. I mean, it wasn't living anything anyways, but it dies to 2 body presses and 2 Aura Spheres from Latios takes it out. Okay, the Toxic Mist was unfortunate, but it does help. Yeah, Blacephalon comes in. Mighty Barb actually makes a really good prediction here with a double switch. I figure it's going to do something, and I don't want to force. Basically, I didn't want to risk it getting some sort of setup. So I Ice Punched that turn just to see what would happen. And then I go to my Fire type next turn. I'll go back a bit. I'm trailing behind. So I go Rapidash because I know it lives when it outspeeds, because I know it's not Scarf. I U-turn on the Araquanid that I know is probably coming in. Specs Coco takes out 1. Archeops comes in. I can go Muck again because it really doesn't matter. Earth Power does a decent chunk, but really it's not much at all. Teryx dies to 2 Ice, or it almost dies to an Ice Punch. And then Blacephalon comes in. Flamethrower. I'm pretty sure this is like Scarf at this point. Scarf for Specs, because that did way too much. I mean Specs, sorry. I'm pretty sure that's Specs because that does way too much for Scarf. Considering that's a max investment. Muckalola with max HP, max Spadef, Assault Vest. Flamethrower should not be doing that much. I mean, it could have been Scarf. My head calcs are usually bad. Sock comes in, revenges with Accelerock because Sock does funny things into other things. I sack Coco because this thing is no longer doing anything to what is obviously a Scarf Archeops. Rapidash comes in, clicks Flare Blitz. I'm not sure the reasoning for going to Teryx here, but at this point it didn't matter. I just needed Leafeon to die, and then Socko was won. And that's week 2 of the Hackmon's Draft Association. So I'll come back in another 2 weeks probably and just do something quick and easy like this, because I don't feel like putting a lot of effort into the Hackmon's Draft Association. It's kind of just like the fun league for me. I don't put in a ton of effort. I just get to use mons I like. Fun ideas like Technician Sock with Storm Throw, so Mini or Shifu, or like actually good Rapidash. In past seasons, I've used like Technician Galissapod, which was funny because I basically made it Water Scizor with Defog and Roost and U-turn. Yeah, this is overall a pretty fun league. If you want to know more about the All-Stars, the owner of the league, S, has a good series of videos that describe the All-Stars, as well as some All-Stars from previous seasons that are no longer in this season. I'll link the playlist below, and thanks for watching.